a sherry. A good touch.
Yeah, and you know, I'm in the kitchen with Donnie Wahlberg, and he is learning how to cook what I think every man should know, a steakhouse-style dinner at home. We have a cast iron skillet getting screaming hot in the oven for a couple of beautiful ribeye steaks. Now we're going to move on to Swiss chard au gratin. This is a simple version of like creamed spinach. You go to a steakhouse, you get creamed spinach, right?
Yes.
This is so delicious, insanely good. And you can make it with defrosted frozen spinach if you want to swap it out and you don't want to go through the work.
Nice.
I take a couple of pounds, this is what it looks like over here. It's an enormous amount of food. A couple of pounds of chard, and I chop it up, stems and all. Chop it up, stems and all. You throw it in boiling water and let the bitterness cook out a little bit.
Right.
Then you squeeze it out and it looks like this. Now the most important part, of course, is the sauce. So you're gonna make a very simple bechamel. This is a couple tablespoons of butter, melted, medium heat. Add in a couple tablespoons of flour. Those are the big spoons, yeah.
Is 2 a couple for us?
That's good, yeah.
All right.
Now you're gonna whisk that together. Here's your whisk. Gotcha.
Look at this. Look at the whisking skills. My whisking skills are a little slow.
Your whisking skills are not bad.
But, hold on.
Keep it on the heat, baby.
Okay,
you want it to cook a little bit.
All right.
Keep it on the heat.
My brother's a chef, you know, and I guarantee you.
So why is he not standing next to you?
Listen, no.
He's never schooled you in the kitchen?
He wishes he was here right now. Don't trust me. He's very jealous of me right now. He's never schooled me. He cooks a little too gourmet for my taste. Like, if I go to his house and say, you know, can you make some pancakes or something, you know, it's got like thyme in it and rosemary. It's like, dude, just no gourmet pancakes. Just Aunt Jemima, come on.
Straight up pancakes.
Right. Keep it simple.
Okay, now we have one more head of roasted garlic.
Right.
You're gonna add to your white sauce here. So I'm just gonna put that in, and I just mushed it up with a fork. Nice. Whisk that in. So you get your roasted garlic into your roux. Doesn't that smell great once you get the roasted garlic in there?
Garlic is the best smell in the world.
It's the best. It's the best. Now to this, I'm gonna add a couple of cups of milk.
All right.
And the flour and the butter, that's what's gonna thicken this up.
Nice.
Once it cooks up a little bit, that's roux. And the roux is what thickens up your milk and turns it into sauce.
Nice. This looks really good.
Okay.
I don't like saucy things too much, but I got to tell you, this looks pretty good.
It smells good, right?
It's pretty good.
So now I'm going to throw in a little salt and pepper for you. And when you make this particular sauce, you put in a little bit of nutmeg. That's like standard for your bechamel.
Are we still whisking here?
Yes, you're whisking. You're whisking.
All right.
And now we're just going to let that thicken up a little bit. And we want this to be a nice cheesy au gratin. So we have some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. You can buy it already grated.
Nice.
A little goes in and a little goes on. Now, look at that. It's just like magic. Your sauce is nice and thick. It's perfect.
It's great.
And you did the whole thing. I didn't even touch it.
Yeah. I did.
Okay, so excellent work. Now here's all you do. You take half the sauce, you pour it down over the top, put the rest of that chard in here, please.
All right.
Just pile up a second layer.
Chard.
Yeah, you said that beautifully.
Yeah.
You're putting on airs. That's good. All chefs put on airs. That's great.
I thought chard was a fish. Isn't it a fish?
Arctic char.
That.
Yes.
I knew it.
But you're right.
See,
You've got an inner chef.
What's the food word?
There's many.
That word. My Sheffield skills are...
Your chef lexicon is coming to life.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Don't be so skimpy with the cheese.
You know what? I got a thing about cheese. I try to always go light on the cheese.
Oh, all right. It's yours.
It's yours.
It's yours. It's yours. Oh,
the cheese does beget cheese. I eat a lot of cheese. It goes right here. All right.
Pop that in the oven, and you're going to take out the cast iron skillet. Put that on the bottom.
Okay.
You're right. That only cooks about 15 minutes because the greens have already been cooked. So now I'm going to take the screaming hot skillet. We're going to drizzle this with a little oil.
Nice.
Or you could put a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan.
Ooh, that is cast iron skillet hot.
Yeah, it's screaming out. Pick this guy up. Pick that guy
up. Okay. Oh.
Yes. No, wait. He needs salt and pepper.
Yeah, salt and pepper first. Well, now, do I rub it in or just sprinkle it on top?
You can sprinkle it on there. You can be pretty liberal with it.
Yeah, I like a lot of salt. Is good.
Yeah, kosher salt. It gives a nice crust to your meat.
Look at that.
Get it on there. Good.
I'm gonna put a little more on this
and some pepper.
All right.
It's
Come on,
good.
guys,
It's
don't worry.
good.
You see how big this steak is? Don't judge me by the salt and
Now
pepper.
throw in the seasoned side down.
Okay.
You have two
Don't
steaks
rub
to
it in
fit
or
in there.
nothing, just throw
nope,
it down.
just throw
Okay.
it down. Seasoned
Nice.
side down.
We need more salt and pepper for better crust.
Nicely done. Now, we are going to let this guy cook on the stovetop about 3 minutes on each side. He's an 1.5 inch thick bone-in ribeye. And we're going to flip him after 3 minutes,
Right.
crust up the other side, then you put him back in the oven so that heat can get all around it, and it's in there 5 to 6 minutes for
Right.
medium rare.
Right.
Okay?
12
Do not touch
minutes
this again. It's hot.
total for a nice
12
medium
minutes.
rare on a
Beautiful.
1.5 inch thick steak.
You got it! I love it! Now, it is very important when you're cooking to stay calm, and I say if you don't do a lot of cooking, calm yourself down. Make yourself comfortable in the kitchen. Have a glass of beer, or a cup of tea, or a glass of wine. You like red wine, correct?
I do.
Can we have a glass of wine, please? Here you are, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're going to see what Donnie's meal looks like when we return. I'm having some more wine. I'm having a fabulous time in the kitchen with soon-to-be chef Donnie Wahlberg. Cheers. One of the many tips we discussed is if you don't do a lot of cooking, make yourself relax when you get into the kitchen, whether it's a cup of tea or a bottle of beer or a glass of wine. So thank you for liking the same, shall we say, poison that I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, especially in the morning. It's very nice.
Especially in the morning.
I have to go shoot blue bloods after this, by the way.
That's right. Well, you're going to have rosy cheeks today on set. I also have to say, it's a stand-up man that not only brings gifts for the whole class, but takes the time to sign each one. This is the first season of Blue Bloods for everybody. Stand up, guys. I think it's about time for you to take your steaks out, sir.
All right.
Donnie is a fan of Luger's Steakhouse, so I taught him how to make a meal I think every man should be able to make, a proper steak supper. We took a big old cast iron skillet, and these are his beautiful ribeyes. Look how gorgeous they are. Now, we made the sherry-drenched garlic slather.
Slather's looking good.
The slather is looking mighty fine, my friend. You let that melt down as the meat rests. You pull the meat out of the skillet and put it on a carving board. We have two that have been resting back here so that we can serve up a plate here. How good does the Swiss chard au gratin look?
Yeah.
Right?
This is a big occasion. I've not only never heard of Swiss chard before, I'm actually never tasted it either, so it's all happening in one day.
Are you kidding me? And you don't even like sauces. You're just getting into that whole world. He made a beautiful roasted garlic bechamel, people. We layered it in with all of our fabulous Swiss chard, and now we're going to take some of this steak.
Nice.
Right? Beautiful steak with the garlic sherry slather. Now, can you top that with your homemade porcini steak sauce, Mr. Wahlberg? Douse it right down over the sliced steak.
There you go. Look at that.
Oh, what is up? Don't be cheap on that side. Put another spoon on there.
I was trying to do like a decoration, but
You don't have to put it in. The
better.
food is the decoration,
There you go.
man. You made this beautiful food. Then we have these gorgeous heirloom tomatoes with some purple basil. We'll just put a couple tomatoes on the plate so you don't have to make a salad.
nice, nice,
Right? And maybe a little drizzle of olive oil.
nice.
How proper does that look, huh?
That's pretty damn good.
Now, yeah, you love salt.
Love
now,
salt.
you said that your brother Paul was a really good chef. Do you think he would be impressed with this if you made that for
I
him?
think he would be impressed, absolutely. He knows I have no cooking skills, so I think the fact that I even dared venture into this kitchen with you is
And you
is saying
complain
a lot.
about his pancakes all the time. Do you think he'd complain about your porcini steak sauce?
No, I think he would be very jealous and very. It wouldn't surprise me if this didn't show up on his menu at his restaurant, Alma Nove, soon.
Oh, Alma Nove.
Yeah.
Alma, the matriarch of your family, Nove,
Yes.
because 9 kids.
That's right.
How do I know all that? Hey,
that's-
Paul, you want to come out and try your brother's steak?
Listen, I see all these shows with surprise guests and stuff. I had no idea.
No idea. Paul, get on down here. Try the steak. Come on. He worked so hard.
I emailed him last night. I said, I'm going on Rachael Ray. Like, tell me, like, how to describe the foods and stuff.
I was going to email back. I'll just tell her myself.
Taste test. I'm very nervous.
That was fantastic.
The porcini sauce is good, right?
Unbelievable. Fantastic.
Really good, right? He really straight up made that. Did you watch? He did a great job.
I watched it. I was amazed. Absolutely amazed.
Now listen, Alma Nove, where is the restaurant?
Hingham, Massachusetts, in the Hingham Shipyard.
And it is named Alma Nove. Why?
Alma's my mother's name, and Nove's Italian for 9 for her 9 children.
Isn't that great? Don't you love that? Now, I'm the self-proclaimed queen of burgers. I love anything on a bun. I think it's just sexy. I love a burger. Are you guys actually venturing into, what is it called?
Wahlburgers.
Wahlburgers. That should be illegal. That is so sexy. What a great name.
Yeah, and the beauty is, you know, the name, it came out in the press a few weeks ago and it became a huge story, but Wahlburgers is really coming from Paul's love of food and wanting to just make a great hamburger joint in his town of Hingham. So it's become a huge, you know, story, and people know about it in all parts of the world, but the truth is it really came from his heart and just wanting to make good food and make people happy.
I think we need it coast to coast. I think we need it coast to coast, and I would love to see that as television. They did the show, The Restaurant with Rachael years ago. Maybe you guys could have the Wahlburger burger special.
Possible, yeah.
It's very possible.
Do you feel a little bit nervous in front of cameras?
A little bit. I'm better in the kitchen.
Me too, brother. Me too. Blue Bloods, of course, airs Fridays at 10 p.m. On CBS. Thank you to Paul and Donnie. For more information on Alma Nove and Wahlburgers, head to our website. And to get all of Donnie's recipes, we'll be